You're tuned in to the Musical Mamas broadcast. I'm your host, Cinder Sparks. Have a rest and take note as we showcase musical mamas, women in the music industry, and friends of musical mamas, discovering their journey through the magic of music. Entertain, inform, inspire. Check out the views with the Edmonton Muse. Play and groove with the Edmonton Muse. Subscribe today at edmontonmuse.ca. Your hot connection to events, business, music, arts, and more. Edmonton Muse is a gold sponsor of the Musical Mamas Society. Welcome to the Musical Mamas broadcast. I'm here, Cinder Sparks, on location, hiding out in the wonderful place that we call Spruce Grove, speaking with Shauna Specht.
Well, good evening.
Good evening. Now, Shauna, you've been part of the Musical Mamas for some time, and you also currently are our vice president of the Musical Mamas Society. And I know you've also been a very busy lady doing a lot of things over the last few months, finally getting to enjoy some summer fun. Tell me about your adventures thus far.
Oh boy, well, it's my adventures thus far is pretty much a loaded question. As you said, I'm current vice president of Musical Mamas. I'm an original mama.
Yes, you are.
One of the originals, yes.
The founding members.
Yes. So, and of course I love what we do, and, we've got our next Musical Mamas compilation CD coming out at some point here, and
yes,
that'll be good. Also, the Edmonton Muse, of course. Busy.
Oh, yes.
Busy with that. The ABCs of YEG. So it's arts, business, culture, and sports.
Yes.
Of Edmonton and surrounding areas. And so we like to support everything local and kind of be the voice for the little guy, because all the big guys, they already get enough media coverage. So
absolutely,
you betcha.
Go for the grassroots, right? Give them some voice.
You bet. And then of course, haven't been putting as much time into my own music these days. But there's always that, and I always have various musical little things going on, solo and
just the pure pleasure of always being able to go to that when you need.
You bet.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, so I'm always kind of dabbling in a little bit of everything. I mean, this summer...
The life of the true artist. Yes. Very busy and having a lot of different branches to create.
Yeah, well, this summer, I kind of, went away on a little fishing trip with my husband, and Prince Rupert usually is cold and rainy, but apparently it was cold and rainy in Edmonton, and it was warm and sunny in Prince Rupert, so we timed it right.
Yes.
So I just kind of relaxed out on a boat, and we had dolphins jumping around and humpback whales, and just kind of went out there and relaxed a little bit, came back feeling recharged, and now ready to kind of get more busy again, because I sort of hung back for a little bit. I've had a lot of different things sort of coming up in my life, and all my little projects that I always manage to be in the middle of, and you kind of got to find that balance, right? And so I needed to step back just a little bit. Not that I was completely out of anything, but just kind of toned it down a little to. Have a little bit of a break and kind of find my bearings again, and I'm kind of excited to get going on things now.
It's amazing how a break can really boost one's motivation.
You bet.
Yeah.
You bet. Although my break wasn't entirely a break, because during that break we were doing renovations.
The renovations, the never-ending renovations.
Well, yeah,
but they are so well worth it. Your place is just looking fabulous.
Well, thank you. Thank you. Yeah.
Kind of excited about different prospects that will come along with that. I know we've had some talks with Musical Mamas to endeavor into a video, so
Yes.
that will be coming up a little bit later.
You betcha. And of course, where that kind of came from is, me hosting the occasional board meeting in my kitchen where my husband makes us all crepes with berries and whipped cream.
Yes.
So now when people come over, it's like, are there crepes? Will there be
Yes.
crepes? Because his crepes are are famous now.
Well, he's built quite a crepe reputation.
You betcha.
Yes. Certainly has made many of our board meetings extra special.
You betcha. So now, if we could have a a crepe board meeting where we do a little music video with this the kind of the song idea that I had.
Yes.
Just kind of something with a little.
We're stirring the taste buds of tantalization here for our audience to be eager to see the video when it's come out. It'll be a tasty number. Indeed.
You betcha. So I mean, we still got to kind of work out the details and the timeline on that, but we're looking at a recording and a video, and so that'll be something to kind of keep. Maybe we'll do some little teasers along the way.
Yes, that would be fun. Some little vignettes. Do they call them?
Yeah.
I'm trying to get my tech talk going a little bit better here, but I do think that our viewers would really be interested to see some tidbits as we progress, and I'm really looking forward to season 6. Can you believe we've come up to season 6?
Wow.
September 18th is when we'll have our first gathering of Musical Mamas to kick that off. So I'm certainly going to enjoy our summertime as we approach September, always sooner than we anticipate, it seems, but definitely stoked and feeling motivated too. Summer's been very good that way. And I wanted to ask a question because I think it's a burning question with many musicians as we are, focused on our work and the product that we're producing, and then we still need those visuals, just like we're talking about, something to show who you are and to build intrigue into your music. And you've really undertaken some really wonderful opportunities being a photographer with the Edmonton Muse, especially, though I know that you've done that before as well. But if you were to be able to give some good tips or advice for the musician to work with the photographer in the audience so they can get better, more usable pictures, or something that musicians would know, so it would be when they see a photographer, so they can maybe work with them better to get more material to be able to publish such little gems of splendor for their followers.
You bet. Well, I really enjoy doing the concert photography. It's something I absolutely fell into, and I kind of think I'm still. I still feel like the fledgling concert photographer. But I can definitely give you a few things that I've noticed. I guess first and foremost, just relax and have fun. Try to forget the photographer's there. I try to use a zoom camera so that I can be back and not in your face when I can. Of course, sometimes it's nice to be right up front and getting those shots as well. But if you're really uncomfortable with the camera there, it shows in the pictures, and so here's kind of the vicious cycle that happens, okay? So if you're really uncomfortable, it's really hard to get a good shot, so I have to take more pictures. So you have to feel uncomfortable more.
That is a good point.
So if you just relax and do what you do, if there's a photographer in the audience, they want to capture you at your best. They do. They want to show. Look at they want to see you playing, singing. They want to capture you as the artist. So you don't really need to be self-conscious.
So pretend they're not even there. Don't even engage in eye contact with the photographer, so you probably get better shots when the subject is not really being aware that they're being photographed.
Well, and I'll get back to that again in a minute, because not always. What was I going to say here now? I hate it when that happens.
Oh, I know.
That brain cell just died just now.
That's okay, but I can always cut that out.
I'm going to follow that train of thought there. You don't need to cut it out. It's all candid. In terms of pretending the photographer's not there, yes, relax, be yourself, have fun, but also, if you're comfortable doing it, play to the camera. Play it up, because you could, some of my favorite shots are when you get somebody who they've got, a really big personality, a really big stage presence, and they see that camera and they just play it up and they play right into it. Yeah.
So build that comfort zone, and
you betcha. So but you want to have both, because you wouldn't want all your pictures to be playing into the camera. Some of them want to be more candid looking. Now, to kind of go back to my earlier point, in terms of feeling self-conscious with the camera, I can tell you that even the people who are the most comfortable on stage with a digital camera, we can take a lot of photos, right?
Yes.
And so we do, because we want to get the good one. And I can tell you that even the ones who look the most cool and they've really got their live act together, I tell you, I get the most awkward, derpy shots of all of them, and those just get deleted. You go through, you got this big list of pictures, you go through and you just delete the ones that aren't good, and then you narrow it down to the ones that are great and you pick the best. And that's what you do. So, if you're relaxed and just trust the photographer, trust that photographer is actually trying to capture you. Another thing, if you have any control at all, try to get some light on the drummer. When I can, I try to get individual shots of the band, but even in the full band shots. Usually, in most venues, the drummer has awful lighting.
Interesting.
And so it is so hard to get good shots of the drummer, just because the lighting is so bad. Because here's the thing, usually it's low lighting, and so in terms of your camera settings, you're a little bit limited, right? If you want to actually be able to get the shot in low light, it's hard to get those shots with a lot of action if the lighting isn't good. So if there's any way, I wish everybody would just kind of, I don't know, bring along a little light that you stick, I don't know, you stick it by the drum kit or something and just shine it on the drummer, because it is so hard to get a shot of the drummer. So, if people can do that, that would really help.
I think even the way they design lights, when you think of it now that you've pointed that out, it's always like a couple tracks in the front, and then you have your other players in front of the drummer as well. So it's nice if you can even have the drummer on a riser.
For sure. That would definitely help too. The other thing too, where you're talking about the tracks of lights, hats. Doing country shows, cowboy hats, and you have that shadow here, so that they're it's so like the forehead and the eyes are obscured, and especially if you're somebody tall, like Steve Newsom, he's just a little too tall for a lot of stage lighting.
Maybe they need the ones on the ground.
You bet. So I mean, sometimes if there's any way that I don't know, maybe look into it, see if you can bring in kind of your own little supplemental underlight,
your selfie light.
Yes, or if you're wearing a hat, maybe think about kind of tilting that head back once in a while to give the opportunity to to get your face, because we want to get your facial expressions. Those are the best photos.
Yes. Must be extremely hot having a hat like that on stage on top of all the lights.
You'd think.
Yes.
Yeah.
Very good points. Maybe they could get a little illuminated brim so they could take care of that lighting issue.
No. You know what they do? I think the underside of the brim, if they make it a solar light. So you leave it out in the sun, and then when they go on stage, then they could have the glow coming down from.
Yes.
And then all drummers can wear those too.
There you go. Well, geez, we might have a new marketing product that could take the world by storm.
Yeah.
You get the good shot
Yeah.
for your music. It's very, very cool indeed. Yes. Well, thank you for taking a moment here, a good break in your beautiful backyard and all the sounds of summer surrounding us, the little capture. I think we'll go out and explore some music in beautiful Spruce Grove here tonight, and we'll maybe capture some magical musical moments.
You bet.
Sounds good. Okay, thank you.
Alrighty. Dixie's gonna request it anyway, so I'll play it. As Dixie would say, this is from Shauna's first album. Yes, which is my only album. Smile, my friend, though you may not remember it now. You sure know how. You're the light from the tail of a comet that's just come down. And I still remember you believed in heaven on earth, all its worth. You're the light from the tail of a comet that's just come down. There you go again. You blame it on yourself. Here we are again, the looking glass could tell. I long to know you well. Smile, my friend, though you may not remember it now. You sure know how. You're a light from the tail of a comet that's just come down. And I still remember you believed in heaven on earth, all its worth. You're the light from the tail of a comet that's just come down. You fell silently, a stranger to your world. Woman's eyes reveal reflections of a girl. I wonder where you were. Smile, my friend, though you may not remember it now. You sure know how. You're a light from the tail of a comet that's just come down. And I still remember you believed in heaven on earth, all its worth. You're a light from the tail of a comet that's just come down. Oh, you rise, my friend, when you find that rhythm again inside yourself. You're a light from the tail of a comet that's just come down. You're a light from the tail of a comet that's just come down. You're a light from the tail of a comet that's just come down. You're a light from the tail of a comet that's just come down. Well, thank you. Thank you, thank you. I don't know. I probably play this one at the musical Mamas. Yes. Alrighty. It's another original that's not on an album. Yeah. It's actually partially recorded, to tell you the truth.
From your second album.
You ready to? That's okay. It'll be awesome. Okay.
solo for that?
I'm Cinder Sparks. Thank you for listening. Tune in again and take note to share the Musical Mamas broadcast. Produced in partnership with Csparksfly Productions, the Musical Mama Society, and our gold sponsors, Pedals on the Trail, Axe Construction, and the Edmonton Muse. Make your party a blast. See Sparks Fly. Visit cindersparks.com to find out more. To send contact requests and music, go to musicalmamasociety.com.